These are celery seedlings. I accidentally left them out in the hot sun today. They're very wilted, but I'm going to try and fix it. I'm going to pot them in this container full of water, and hopefully by the morning they'll have bounced back. I'll keep you updated.
So in the last video I mentioned I like to grow fruit trees from fruits that I've eaten. So here's how I do it. So after eating the fruit, I'll throw the seeds in a paper napkin, and then I'll throw that in a plastic container and sprinkle it with a little water, and then I'll put it somewhere where it'll stay warm. After about a few days to a week, it'll start to look like this, or like this apple seed, which means it's ready to plant. So after about a week, it'll look like this, and I'll keep it covered with an old plastic cup to keep the moisture in. So here's about a month and a half of growth, and here's a lemon tree that's been really taking off lately. Another method for the much harder shelled seeds is to throw them in water overnight, which I did for this moringa tree. And here's an avocado that I grew over a tin can full of water. This took about a couple months, and I just planted it in a new pot. I'll be removing the seeds soon so it can grow strong. I've also grown a pear tree in a wine bottle, and I know some of you are waiting for a tutorial. I'll be posting that soon, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the roots. So about 5 months ago, I bought a branch with no roots off Amazon, and I had no idea what would happen, and I watered it for about 3 weeks, really not knowing, but eventually it started to show some signs of life. I kept it wrapped with plastic to keep the moisture in, and after a few weeks, it started to look like this, and then a few weeks later, just like this. But over the last 3 weeks, it's been losing leaves, and I'm not sure what was going on. So I decided it was finally time to take it out of its original pot and check out those roots. It was clearly time for a new pot, so I spent some time delicately removing the soil and untangling the roots. And then I measured how deep I wanted it to go and then filled the rest in with soil. It was now time to give it its first drink of water in its new home. It's important to note that I used this solution in growing the tree, and it'll also be really helpful in avoiding root shock from transferring it to a new pot. If you haven't already, go ahead and click the plus button, and in the next video I'm going to talk about how I grow fruit trees like this one from a delicious pear I ate.
Can music help plants grow faster? Believe it or not, it can. Studies have shown that certain music does promote healthier, faster plant growth. Researcher Dorothy Redelack experimented with several types of plants and genres of music. She said that plants listening to rock music decayed quickly, while plants thrived when exposed to jazz and classical music. But why do plants only like certain genres of music? Well, it has less to do with the sound of the music and more with the sound waves' vibrations. When the sound waves pass through the plants, the vibrations make their cells move. This stimulates the plant to make more nutrients. A reason why plants don't like rock music could be that the vibrations of the genre sound waves create greater pressures that aren't good for plant growth. However, some researchers are skeptical of these findings. They feel that more scientific tests are needed with more control over factors such as light, water, and soil composition. What do you think?
Hey guys, let's grow our own pineapple. Super easy. So the first thing you want to do is take your pineapple and cut the top off. So you're going to end up with something that looks like this. And then from there you want to take about 2 to 3 layers of leaves off. Some of you might even start to see roots already coming out. Now that your future pineapple plant is ready, you want to just take it and set it in a jar of water until roots start to grow. Let me know how you guys did and how your pineapple plants turn out. I'll be sure to get back with you guys on mine here in about 2 to 4 weeks.
If you're getting lots of cucumber flowers but no cucumbers, here's how to fix that. Let's learn how to identify the flowers. This is a female flower. Note the little cucumber. This is a male, no cucumber. Remove the male because it doesn't do anything anyways, like humans. Strip the leaves. Insert.
Alright, today's episode is going to be about how to take care of your basic aquarium plants. This episode's going to be for people that don't have a super expensive plant light, so that they can also, indulge in the plant hobby as well. If you have a nice gravel bed like this, you're going to want to use some flourish taps. It's going to be a small black ball that you just place underneath of the gravel, kind of where the plant's going to be. It supplements the plants with all these different fertilizers. Make sure if you don't have a plant growing structure that you get plants that tolerate low to medium light. That's going to be a lot of Anubias and sword plants. Not this one though. Make sure your light is on a good 8 hours of the day, but be careful because you could start growing some algae if you leave it on too long. If you have beautiful Anubias plants like this one here, make sure that the rhizome at the bottom is uncovered or else it'll start to rot in your aquarium. Try to also remove any dead leaves that can add phosphate to your aquarium. That'll make algae grow.
About a month ago, I was eating Chipotle and I dropped a grain of rice I couldn't find. And now look what's growing through my floor. Like what?
3 ways that I use aloe vera. Hi, my name's Priya and aloe vera is my favorite plant. I cut the aloe vera gel in half and then I rub it into my roots, leave it in for half an hour, wash it out, and I don't get any more dandruff. I then cut a second chunk off and then I rub it onto my skin, and this helps me with my acne scarring. And my third use is to cut the gel out, blend it up, and drink it. Aloe vera is so easy to grow, it's so cheap, and I'm a terrible gardener and I haven't killed it. Anyway, bye.
Here's how you can prove how plants really grow off people's energy. My sister is nothing but evil, and she hates everyone. Nothing but angry, and look where the plants stop. There's my brother's room, growing.
Grow garlic in a container that's at least 20 centimeters or 8 inches deep. Fill with a premium potting mix, which is light and free draining. Where I live, we plant garlic here in autumn. Check out gardenate.com to see when it's the best time for you to plant it. Purchase certified seed garlic, which you can buy from garden centres. Be careful of garlic bulbs from supermarkets. They're often sprayed with growth inhibitors. What I do now is separate the bulb, dividing the individual cloves to small, medium and large. These are the ones that we'll plant. Make sure you leave on the outer skin and plant pointy side up. Space them 10 centimeters or 4 inches apart and 5 centimeters or 2 inches deep. Water them in, and in about 2 weeks you will see fresh green shoots.